Say good evening to my general public. I know you listening. Tuning in to leave you informed on how to get dividends. You politicking with Permiss. I say you politicking with Permiss. Authentic originators, others are counterfeit.
Let me go to the phone lines. Once again, 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010. Stream live, WOLBbaltimore.com. Outside of the area, 877-704-1010. 877-704-1010. Creep Show, live on Politic with Permiss. What's going on, soldier?
Man, what it do, big homie?
How you feeling, man?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I can't complain, man.
Absolutely, man. Go ahead and chime in, man. I know you definitely have words to say about this topic, man.
Yeah, definitely. For me, man, just like my man said, man, it's definitely crab in the barrel syndrome, coming out of the D.C. area, man, Maryland, Montgomery County, man, music nowadays is becoming more harder, man, just because of the, it just seems like you got to be so much more creative, man, to step out the box, especially if you want to, take it to the next level, man. It's a lot of talented underground rappers, a lot of talented underground artists, man, out here doing their thing, man. Been doing it for a long time, man. Shaka Pitts. I mean, it's just a whole lot of people, man. It just seems like if you ain't coming up with nothing that's too much creative that can catch the broad viewers, man. And listeners, man. Then it's like you kind of like at a standstill for the most part, man. So that's why, man, I'm always traveling, man. I'm going to different cities, man, and just trying to see what these people, man, see their vibe, man. And, see how they dealing with us, man. What they think about the D.C., the whole DMV area as a whole, man. So.
Right. One of the things that caught me about you, Creep Show, and I'm really anticipating on seeing it tonight with a lot of artists, is your stage show. To me, is magnifying because you grab the artists in the crowd. Now we all know in this as I call it, the Chitlin Circuit. You know what I mean?
Chitlin Circuit.
You have. Yeah, this the underground circuit, just like that's what they call it in the old days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's like everybody really is there for their own crew. You know what I mean? But when they see an artist that, wow, I don't know who this guy is, but he is all right. That says something to me like, wow. So I could take him to Madison Square Garden in front of a room full of strangers and he could grab them as well. So I guess let's talk about stage performance. Of course, you guys could chime in as well. Does that also make up the package of an artist as well?
It definitely does, especially, in these days and ages, man. I mean, of course, the internet and the downloads and all that stuff is so important, man. But, to me, man, I'm pretty much old school, man. I came up in the era, man, when I was watching dudes like Busta Rhymes, man, destroy him and Split Star, like destroying the stage. Red Man, Method Man, destroying the stage. So, like, I pretty much, like my man said, I emulate that, man. It's like every time I go out, man, like I tell my folks from out here all the time, man, I don't care if it's 6 people, 60, 600, or 6,000. I done did all those numbers right there. So, I pretty much get the same, performance, man. And then it's all about the song too, though. A lot of dudes do songs that's actually great songs. In the studio, man, they good songs, man. But them songs are not necessarily songs that you may want to perform
exactly
in front of a certain type of crowd. Or you dig what I'm saying? So it's
Absolutely.
Like, dudes be going with their heart, saying that that because they feel that they put the most lyrical stuff on that. In a booth, man, that's something that you may want to perform, and a lot of times, reality, kick in, man, and they don't get the proper response that they deserve, man, and they feel a little, sour about it, man. Me personally, man, I took my own little strategy just to basically come up with these anthem type tracks, party tracks, tracks that got some good hooks, you know what I mean, stuff like that, man. I mean, I started off on the sound click like everybody else, and trying to find some great local producers, man. That ain't trying to charge me an arm and a leg, man, and just go out there, man, and rock out, man.
We're gonna get into that too. Am I seeing you tonight, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm in the building, man. I want to do this on lock, man. I keep telling you about this track on lock, man. That on lock is the one that won me the Atlanta Top Mics one.
All right, well, definitely, man. We definitely gonna see you tonight, man. On Lock Creep Show, Politic with Permiss. Salute, brother.
My nigga.
All right. 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010, 877-704-1010. Joe Boy, I want to switch things over to you. Originally, you're from Florida.
Yeah.
New to the DMV, new to hip-hop, somewhat. You know what I mean? I guess you're coming up of age, some of the rappers that attracted you, for you to get the pen and pad, you know what I mean? Such as?
A lot of Miami artists, actually, you know, like Billy Blue, Ball Greasy, Ross, you know, a lot of Florida and Southern artists in general. Like, you got from 3 6 Mafia, Scarface, you know, Outkast, you know, a lot of legends that really paved the way for a lot of artists to come up now and be able to hone their craft and really make it out of the South and get clear that stigma that Southern artists aren't really, they have no longevity and they kind of gimmick rappers. Ultimately, that's.
I will say, truthfully speaking, I think the first Southern rapper that caught my attention was Outkast. Yeah. Just because they were different at the time than when hip hop came out.
They had real lyrical content, really.
Exactly.
Like Andre 3000, one of the best lyricists, hands down.
Exactly.
Some people didn't know Outkast before 18 Aliens.
Right.
They were way before that.
Right. Boys in the Cadillac.
So the thing about it now is most people would say that Southern rappers, a lot of the music is gimmicky. A lot of the music is, it's like they dumb it down. When you hear things like that, what is your opinion?
I really don't believe that. I think they make it universal to where everybody can deal with the struggle. The majority of people's relatives came from the South. So whether you is more impoverished than it is rich, so you can understand about what it is to struggle, how to get your money by your means necessary. Okay. So I think they make it universal. You know, they talking about trap. There's a trap everywhere. It's not region specific. You know, if you poor, 9 times 10 in the urban environment, you're going to have a trap. Seriously. So I don't think it's dumbing it down. It's making it general for everybody to understand what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Because nowadays, no offense, but that bomb atomically rap, where that lyrical content, you can put your heart and soul into it. Where people can't grasp that. If it's over their head, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay right there in that studio.
Right. Well, and it's funny you say that, and I'm glad you say that because, it does go over people's heads. You know what I mean? So you can't rhyme a Nas Illmatic verse 9-3 in the club where everybody drunk, women all over the place.
Nobody understand that.
Right. But on the same tide now, you know what I mean? Now, if I'm driving, I got a long drive, and I want to hear some lyrics.
Definitely.
There you go. So I think it's a time and a place.
There's always a time and a place.
There you go. Time and a place for everything. A lot of callers on the phone. Let me go to line 2. Line 2, Young Skills, live on Politic With Permiss. Welcome, brother.
What's good, Permiss? What's good, Permiss? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm so glad you chiming in on this topic right here. Topic of discussion. We got Joe Boy, Dirt Platoon live in the studio, man. You actually coming through the top mics tonight as well.
Yes, and I'm on my way to the studio, too. I got a present for you. You know how I do, man.
Well, very nice. Absolutely, man. So I guess you strike me as an artist that, of course, have your own lane. You know what I mean? Do not succumb to the, I guess, general consensus of what's out now. So, in terms of hip hop, what does that mean to you, my brother?
Well, actually, that means a lot to me. And being in your own lane and being creative and staying consistent is the only key to success. And I see that a lot of artists are starting to step out a lot more and put the area on a lot. Once again, I have to make this comment before we go too far. It's like crabs in a barrel. A lot of people are saying that we're going to do this for the area, we're going to put the area on, and once again, they're just pulling the area down by being secluded and not reaching out to one another and acting a little too Hollywood for the budgets right now. But staying consistent is the key, and that's the only way you're going to get out of the area. I was just hearing what you were just saying about the Nas Illmatic track in the club when everybody drunk. I want to hear that track. I'm the one guy in the back of the club that's probably not as drunk as everybody else, but I want to hear that Illmatic flow. I want to hear that 93 while everybody else drunk falling out. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear from a consistent artist to where when I go and research a name, like if you Google Young Skills DC, it'll be 2 or 3 pages of work, a body of work that I've done that I put out to the public. So I want to see that same thing from a lot of artists in this area. you know?
Huge, man. Skills, great knowledge, man. I see when you get to the studio, brother. I will
be there shortly.
I'm going to piggyback off just what you said, brother. Peace. Absolutely, man. Guys, one of the questions, and it's Dirt Platoon as well, is you guys have stayed relevant for quite some time. Right. You know what I mean? True. We know 93, the West had it, then it switched over to New York, then the South has it now. But how have you guys stayed relevant, especially on the scene, you know what I mean, that you guys are in now?
I want to comment. I want to comment on what we was talking about.
Go ahead.
In general, to be real, like the South always had shine. Like it was always the ghetto boys, and it was always like dudes from the South, and they always hip hop to me was like the comic books or like cartoons, you know what I mean? If you didn't like He-Man, you could watch G.I. Joe. So if you don't like, let's go for Trick Daddy. If you don't like Trick Daddy, you might like Young Jeezy, but they're from the South. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like if you don't like Buster, but you like Rampage. They're from the Flip Mode Squad, you know what I mean? But they're from New York. So, I mean, it's like
I think they all are necessary.
Yeah. Everything is good. And the South always had its reign. The West always had its reign. The East always had its reign. And let's not forget the Midwest had the little reign. MC Breed in them. You know, brothers that just look they'll look at it saying that Nelly and all of them. But let's not forget the legends, you know what I mean, from them regions. And the way we stay relevant is listening to all those type of music.
Keeping our ears to the street, staying close to the people. Yeah, see, sometimes it's a good thing to still be in a place for a long period of time because you stay closer to your people and you and you hear they struggles, you hear they ups, they downs, what they going through at a moment of time.
Stay grounded.
Yeah. And then you can just convey it a better way than them. You know, if they could grab the mic, grab a pen and a pad and scribe it down. And, you know, give it to you like we give it to them, then they would do so.
Because we can't take everybody out the hood. Now, when we blow and get millions of dollars, I could take my moms and my sister and them, but I can't take all my cousins, you know what I mean? So it's still going to be people in the hood, and we still going to have our ear to the street.
Exactly.
And we got to consistently make good music because I love good music. We
always give them his music. That's the only form of communication we got to everybody. I might not call everybody every day. I might not talk to everybody, send them a letter, email, anything. But I'm always going to have that music. If you want, I'm going to send that music straight out to you.
Okay. And I put on a challenge to every artist, not just from Baltimore, from nowhere. I've been putting this challenge on since the end of the year. I challenge every artist from everywhere to make good music. You understand what I'm saying? Just make good music and nobody will be complaining. Hip-hop is not whack. Hip-hop's not whack because it's whack when people not buying your albums. Or it's whack when you're not getting interviews. It's whack when you're not getting write-ups. It's whack when nobody wants to know who you are, what you're doing. It's good when people want to. So make good music. You know, and you won't have no problem.
Do you believe that the industry has gotten commercialized over the course of the years?
It's been commercialized. You know, we been had Big Daddy Kane, but then we had
our Kid and Plays.
Yeah, you know, it been commercialized.
We had Roxanne Shante and Salt and Pepper. You know,
Sweet Tea. You know what I mean? You had Oaktown 357, and you know what I mean.
And the camera was on Oprah today, just by the way.
Think of it, Vanilla Ice and them. You had your commercialized rappers. You been had them there. Like there always was a lane for them, and we love them. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like we keep putting out the whack music.
If you put out whack music, if you put out the whack music and you eliminate it, then how you gonna know what's good? You know?